Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, my question of today is: what city are you watching from? Put it down below. And if you'd rather not tell exactly what city you're watching from for some reason, just put down below your favorite city, and that will do. All right, now the first article of today is an article from a couple of days ago, but we skipped out on it. And I'll tell you more about why I did and a little bit more, but let's get into it now because it's an interesting one. It says here, XRP haters will be using it in the near future by David Gokhshtein. Former U.S. congressional candidate David Gokhshtein has again posted a supportive tweet for XRP mentioning PayPal, Bitcoin, and future adoption. So checking out his tweets, he says, those who hate XRP will be using it in the near future, 100%. And also, so many shit talkers in this tweet, but not one is willing to go in depth to explain how it's useless. Keep following who's trending in the avatar world. You'll be using XRP shortly. Alright. And now the reason I decided to skip out on this is because I think Gokhshtein here likes to go for the very outspoken, crazy types of tweets to get a lot of attention. At least that's what it kind of feels like a little bit. And also because, well, I think we all know exactly the truth surrounding this. We all know that, yeah, even people who don't like it and people who will never know about it will be using it in the future. So basically, since David Gokhshtein is not of that much authority, this doesn't really add anything. And it's just kind of a debate on whether you think a former U.S. congressional candidate is important or not. I personally don't think so. If you think so, well, then this is really the Holy Grail, possibly. Keyword, Holy Grail. And if you don't, then this is kind of useless because, I mean, I knew already for a fact that there will be millions of people, no, scratch that, billions of people who have never heard of Ripple or XRP before who will most likely be using it. And that is because I think Ripple is here to stay for the next decades, if not centuries. And of course, the amount of people on this world is only going to be going up. And eventually, yeah, many people will be using Ripple and also thus XRP. Again, these are keys to what we're going to be talking about in a second here. And a lot even will be holding XRP, I think, without knowing it. But more so, they will have used it without them ever having laid eyes upon an XRP or Ripple the company or any of the services. They will know, they don't care. Again, guys, you got to consider here, you're the top 0.1% of the world invested in, I guess, how would you say that? Privileged to know about this type of stuff. 99.9% of the world doesn't know. And it's something to keep in the back of your head. You're a 0.1%er. It's really that crazy, guys. It's really that crazy. But to say that maybe 5% of the world will eventually know about Ripple and XRP is already a pretty big guess. All right? It's a pretty big guess unless you'd believe in the one world currency type of scenarios where maybe like 80% of the people will know about it. Otherwise, I'm going to estimate it at 5. Because how many people know about Jeff Bezos, right? You would say, yeah, there's going to be 95. No, I bet it's not even 30% of the people in the world who know about Jeff Bezos. I don't think any of my elderlings know about Jeff Bezos, nor will my close relatives know about him. Why? Because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about business in that sense. They don't give a shit about the richest man in the earth. And sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist here. I'm not trying to imply anything. This is just from my own results. Especially when I ask women of my age, the people I've spoken to in the last couple of years, they especially are not that informed about, top wealth individuals, which to you might seem like everybody knows them, but really, not that many people do. And maybe my 30% is still high. Maybe it's like 5%. Because here, I'm talking about, some of the more developed countries. I'm a lot in the UK and the Netherlands here and Belgium and Luxembourg and whatnot. And I've done my survey over here. It may be so that in, a lot poorer areas, maybe somewhere in Nigeria or Ethiopia or something like that, the amount of people knowing it is a lot less. And same for XRP, we'll go The only pro to XRP there is that a lot of people with these lower incomes or in the lower developed areas will be using it because it will be a lot cheaper, and well, they more often get sent money or send money home, and thus they might actively be involved with it a little bit more. But you guys get the idea. And it's not like we're aiming for 100% either. Just 1% of the people knowing it is enough to become a $1 trillion company. Trust me, guys, there's no boundaries there. And there's definitely no question in my mind that everybody will be using it. All right, I just said key, holy grail, and key, everybody, yada, yada, yada. Well, here is a quote from Dillabrow, supported here, or I guess posted by Status, and it says, first, get banks connected on RippleNet to settle with fiat. So that is actually something we also saw Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, state a couple of times, and that it's a 3-step progress, or 2, depending on what you want. And that is, well, first of all, you get the customer, right? You get the connection, then you get the contract, then you get the deployment, but let's just say that all is one step. You get the customer. Second of all, you really get them to use RippleNet. And then specifically Xcurrent within RippleNet. And then I guess the third step, or the second step, depending on how you look at it, is for them to switch over or also utilize ODL. And Dillabrow says it here in other words. First, get banks to connect to RippleNet to settle with fiat, then get them to source liquidity using XRP, and then get them to hold XRP directly, holy grail. And now my question here, if we're talking about the specifics, is exactly why you would want them to hold XRP. If you want to get rid of the Nostro-Vostro system, of people holding money all the time, then why would you want them to hold XRP, right? Why? I don't really get that part too much, because really, if you have a fiat, which people generally will have because it's your own currency which you get paid in, you only need XRP to change that money over, right? So why would you hold it then all the time? The only thing I can think of is because it's really good for Ripple, and it would still get rid of the Nostro-Vostro, theoretically, because Nostro-Vostro goes with the principle that you have to keep a certain money in a certain country or in your own inventory, some foreign money. And with XRP, you kind of have all the sorts of money in one, right? So you can always just switch it over really simply without any hassle, which would then again still get rid of Nostro-Vostro, right? Because you would all have it in your own inventory simply. Yeah, I guess that's something I can convince myself about. All right, then a tweet from Gullier Mowier or whatever. He says, I sold all my VET, XDC, XLM, and ADA and bought more XRP, going all in. And yeah, one thing I must ask is why specifically? What's the choice? And second of all is it a smart one? Which a lot of you guys must be wondering as well, is that a smart choice? Well, I'm assuming that his decision making was based upon the fact that ADA and a couple of other coins he's mentioned here, ADA, VET, XLM, have all been going up now a little bit, a huge bit actually, and maybe he's deciding to cash out to realize the gains, to get the profit out of them, and then now exactly switch it over to XRP because it's at rock bottom, right? But then the con is, well, XRP just went up like, I don't know how much, but a couple percent over the last couple of days, and thus, is that the best decision? So I don't know exactly why he would make this tweet and switch over now. I mean, buying the dip for XRP, yeah, but not being diversified anymore, I don't think is a smart choice. You can go 95% into XRP if you want to, but never go 100%. It's not a financially smart decision. This is not financial advice, but I can tell you that much. It's not smart. I wouldn't recommend it at all. And that's actually one of the only things I will recommend you guys ever to do. It is to diversify. You can only thank me later. It's always a smart choice. I don't think any investor in the world will tell you not to do that. So please diversify. However cocky you are that one coin's going to win, just buy 5 in total. Maybe if you just want to spend 1% of them, fine, right? You do you. But diversify. Even if you just want 10 cents in other coins, well, that's up to you. I don't recommend that either, but still do that. Diversify so you have at least a couple holdings. It's really just to mitigate the risk and to increase the profit potential. It's really recommended. But yeah, to go further on that, I think it's possibly a good decision if there's some real reason for XRP to go up in the immediate future here. If not, I would recommend to buy XRP, but buy it in periods and not necessarily sell off your winning horse. Because, I mean, it's looking like ADA is going up and up and up and up. And I don't know where the stop is going to be. It might have been that he's selling at the top, but it may also very well not be that way. Same for VeChain, we don't really know. And that's why I think it's a little bit of a scary move to sell off right now, because you might just be selling your golden ticket, which is scary. XRP Real Boy or whatever says here on Twitter, interesting, onward. And then a tweet from, an XRP chat from Joel Katz, David Schwartz, from 2015. The idea that a startup could be successful by reneging. How do you say that, guys? Again, not a native English speaker. I don't know what the freak that word is. I read this through like 3 times, but I just skipped the word reneging, I guess. Never heard that before. Put it in the comment section down below what it means. The idea that a startup could be successful by reneging on its deal with its founders while those very same founders are running the company is completely absurd. We were very, very careful not to let the company ever create any XRP, and some are saying that this is real, some are saying it's fake, and that they were thinking about security issue from the start. You can go 2 ways with this. First of all, if it's real, well, it's kind of good because they thought about security issues and thus it would not be labeled as security. It could be bad because, well, they thought about it, so they already had the idea of this could be a security. If it's fake, it doesn't matter for shit. Somebody's just trying to push it down, or somebody's trying to push it up. I don't know. Alright, then Chainlink price jumped a huge amount. It did, and Stellar did good as well. These 2 articles I just have in here so I don't forget to quickly mention it. Now for Chainlink and for ADA, I'm just out of my mind with these gains. Like, the last couple of weeks I've been making videos like, hey, I'm buying these coins, and whenever I make a video like that, it's not like I just buy all in 1 second, right? Most likely I bought the week prior. Most likely I'm still buying that day and the next couple of days forward. And with ADA, it was the way that I've been buying ever since, right? Still, we're in a huge amount of profit for ADA because it has gone up so ridiculously much. I mean, to be honest, I'm in profit with any coin I've ever bought, but that's just besides the point. With ADA here, we're really just at a huge spot right now. We're up so much that I think it's almost impossible to go further, right? I mean, I'm not really thinking that, but I'm kind of feeling like that just because we've kept on going on. Same for Chainlink. We just beat that all-time high. We're almost at $6. Where's the freaking top? Where can it go? When is it going to stop? I don't even know, guys. It's really insane what's moving on here. It's really crazy insane, the price moves we're witnessing here. And the profit potential on Chainlink is also just extraordinarily good. Like, wow. All-time high, guys. We've just breached it once more. There's no stopping this thing. It's really crazy. And now for Stellar, I've really been trying to update myself, but they've not been posting up any news, no crazy announcements, no nothing, and it did pump 5% or so. Now, if you're wondering why did it happen, be my guest to tell me, because I don't even know. I've been checking, but I could not find anything, and it's really not looking like there was any big reason for the price jump. But yeah. Guys, that was it for this video for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And do not forget to check out my second channel called 5 Minute Crypto and comment something down below. I'm answering all the questions, so make sure you do that. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.